Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? I hope you're all having a good day. I have a hilarious, funny little quick story to share with you. Today I went to my favorite place, this pond in this huge woodsy park that goes on for miles. It's heaven. It has an old country manor estate on it. And Hagen and I were on the dock and he looked down. He's like, Mom, look at the huge turtle. We got so excited. I actually filmed it and I put it on Instagram if you'd like to look at it. So Hagen and I are legit trying to feed this turtle leaves, grass, whatever. No idea what's going on. And then Hagen, it goes on the banks of the pond and he has a walking stick and he's just resting the walking stick. And that turtle, we didn't know because I don't know all my turtle species, leaps out of the water, snaps its neck out, grabs the stick, and yanks it out of Hagen's hand. It was a huge mofo of a snapping turtle. Now, talk about having our spirit guides with us, because I don't think that I left more than an inch between me and this turtle's mouth when I was trying to feed it grass, and it put its head right out of the water and was looking at me. I guess unless it perceives a threat, which a stick is because it's larger and was close by him, they won't really just like attack you. But I thought, oh my gosh, they have the capacity to rip your finger like right off. And I thought, thank you guys, thank you so much. And I've had so many close calls with like crazy animals before where I'm like, oh, they're not going to do anything. It was like, oh my goodness. Hagen was laughing so hard because he like screamed out loud when it did that, because you didn't expect it. It was so placid and so lovely. And then snap, give me that walking stick. Like really, this walking stick was like 4 inches across, and it just grabbed the bottom of it, pulled it, and just like yanked it out of his hand. It was crazy. So I was like, phew. That was my amazing shift of good fortune, and today's reading is going to be about your shift in good fortune, abundance, love, whatever is coming your way. We're going to tap in and find out. We're going to use the beautiful fairy reflection cards. It's the Fairy Guidance Oracle from Paulina Cassidy, and some other decks too. Our Earth Wisdom Oracle by Barbara Moore. And we're just going to see what's coming for you guys. Yeah, I love being out in the forest. It's so grounding and nurturing, which is our first card too. So here are your choices. Number 1 is nurturing. Keep your inner child nurtured and you will thrive with vitality. Absolutely. Hagen was playing this fun music from The Hobbit, and we were dancing through the forest. We're having so much fun. And if you want a corresponding stone, I have a lovely labradorite right here. And you guys, all these rings are in my store and also over on IG. If you DM me, I can sometimes just ship them out like the next day to you. Number 2 is discovery. Behold the world with new eyes. Absolutely. I knew when I woke up today it was time to be outside, and it was time to nurture my inner fairy by looking for all the magical critters that were out there. The turkeys were out there. Everything was in my yard. It was beautiful and bustling, and I was like, I really need to go in the forest. We got to see everything, the deer, the turtles, the frogs. It was utterly amazing. And the corresponding stone with that is a lovely garnet, which I love. That's a motivation and also love and power stone. And then number 3 is love. Love is the base essence of our being, devoid of all pride and fear. And we also have a lapis lazuli. I didn't like a Byzantine style, very simple. I love it. So again, all these are in my Etsy store and the links are down below, but I also have them on IG. I just encourage people to DM me. I have auctions where I drop quite a bit off the prices from the store, and then they can come over and say, Mel, is this available? And then I just let you know what we have still over there, and I'll run some this weekend. And please come over to Instagram, because I'm going to be mentioning the giveaway today. What it's going to be, it's usually you can pick something from my store. It'll be something new that I just made. It can be a Goddess Provisions box, all kinds of things, just penning free reads, whatever strikes my fancy. Crowns, I think I might do another crown because that was really popular. I like doing a crown with a fairy necklace. Really into fairies this week, just the whimsy and the light of it. Okay, you guys, so right away, going on to nurturing, I feel like if you chose this, and we all need this, heaven knows we all need this, right? I feel right away, we know everyone and everything requires nurturing. Our cats nuzzle up to us, right? It's like the nourishment and care make up the whole of nurturing, right? It's a requirement that we need and those that we care about need. And it doesn't matter our age, everyone's spirit contains this childlike aspect to be nurtured and cared for. So We need the childlike aspects in our life too, because the necessary qualities of wonder and surprise are constantly there when we have these childlike qualities. For an example, India brought me out breakfast while I was in the yard today. I knew I had work to do and I was going to take them on a picnic, and I was like kind of pressurized for time, and they just brought me out this beautiful boiled egg on this great toast, and I felt really nurtured and cared for, because that's the one aspect I'm not great at looking out for myself. I'll push and work until I'm absolutely starving, and then I'll just grab what's ever in the front of the refrigerator. I have had some wild meals just called the snatch and grab. Like once I remember just opening a bag of these like pepperoni, and I was eating them, and then I saw a jar of pickles, I saw some Swiss cheese, I saw some other things, and I was like, if you eat this, you are not going to feel great after, you know? So it's nice when people do that. They care for us through acts of service. So I think right now this is saying, you know, our inner child needs to be nurtured with compassion and understanding to keep it thriving. We need to do this for ourselves as well, right? Our perspective on life. We are worthy of time, attention, and love. Absolutely. We need to recharge constantly through self-nurturing, and it helps us reconnect with ourselves. What do we really need? And what we're asking ourselves, or we think that we want, do we really want it, or why do we want it? And then we can reconfigure, you know, the whens and all of that. But oftentimes I'll wake up and say, oh, I really want to go here. And then I ask myself, well, what do you want to accomplish by going there? If it's anything to do with nature, I know it's to replenish and nourish myself. So you'll be answering to that calling, which is good. Because there are times when we need to place ourselves in our list of priorities in the midst of balancing work, family, and other responsibilities, and nurturing everybody else. Life can get overwhelming, and neglecting ourselves will take a gigantic toll on our health. Like we've done that, just gone and cared for everybody, and then we thought, yay, I'm going to steal a moment for myself. Then the phone rings or something else needs our attention, and we start to feel a little PO'd, because we're like, well, where's my time? Because we weren't looking out and really having that self-care when we needed it. So give yourself support in the form of kindness and patience whenever these feelings arise. You know, we don't want to revert to unhealthy behavior such as blaming somebody else, you know, or trying to get a quick fix. Like I used to do this with and just blaze through money, you know, like I would be so busy, and then it's like I really didn't want to have to go do something. So that's like waiting last minute for Christmas. You go in and you'll impulse buy, and you'll spend triple what you normally would because you didn't do it slowly and methodically, or when you had the time. So things of that nature, just really getting whatever we need to make us feel energetic and good, our exercise, indulge in a soothing cup of tea, just relax, because this is totally just taking the pressure away. So let's pull two of these beautiful earth wisdom cards and see what's coming for you. Grace and heal thyself. I definitely feel like this is a beautiful time. What's going to come for you is more peace and quiet, and more time for you guys to decide and act within peace and those parameters, and not feel hurried or harried. Because I feel like, you know, you are going to commit and practice observing yourself. When do I feel like I've reached my limit, and how am I going to know how to control that and slow myself down and stop? I'm not going to say yes to this, yes to that. Yeah, run around, do everything for everybody, neglect ourselves, get burnt out, then start to get mad at other people and feel like, oh, they're so entitled to my time, they're so entitled to this and that. We're not going to do that. We're going to really slow down. We have to also notice the story we're telling ourselves. Do we move through the world smiling and calm and forgiving and all of that? I think that is something you're going to enter that is going to be very healing and helpful for you right now, that you're going to have energy because of the fact you're doing things with calm observance. Like, hey, if I snap back at this person or beat my horn or give them or flip them off or do whatever, that's not acting with grace. That's impulsive impatience. And because of that, somebody is going to mirror that behavior, and we're going to get that right back. If you've watched any of the reality shows, as soon as somebody accuses somebody of something, that person gets defensive and flings some garbage back in the other person's face, and it just keeps going and it gets hostile. But with grace, we have acceptance. Perhaps this person is having an issue or a problem, so I'm not going to add to it, therefore they're not going to add to my plate. So I feel within family configurations and friendships, if there are hostilities or there's any kind of boiling tempers, whatever, you're just gonna, if you can't soothe and calm the waters, you're gonna remove yourself. You're not going to kind of get in the mix, you know, and add to the drama and deplete yourself. Because if there's something that's more disturbing to our peace of mind, it's anger and fear. And you ever get in an argument with somebody at school or whatever when you were younger, and then you had to go back the next day and see them, and you're like, oh, what kind of dirty looks am I going to get? You're anticipating that, right? Or work, something of that nature. You're just going to be far removed from that, and you're going to actually feel like you're the calming balm for others. And not only that, you just know your higher self doesn't want to participate in this. You are setting a boundary that you may not have set before too, saying, listen, if you're going to want to involve me in this, I'm just going to have to say no, because it really drains me and it takes my focus away from things that are important, living my best life, having joy. You're also going to take ownership and accountability when there's something to own. Listen, I didn't mean to say that for it to come out that way. I wasn't feeling balanced and, in my strongest right set mind. So I was being a little flippant, and I apologize for that. You're going to own everything and quickly apologize and put that to bed. No more loose threads everywhere with arguments, and healing thyself. I love this. You're going to be able to see other perspectives outside your own. So you're going to realize everybody has their thing. So I need to care for myself. You are still going to be able to see the pain of others in their reactivity without personalizing for yourself. So if somebody gets caustic or a little bit mean, you're not going to personalize it and feel hurt by it. That's their energy. You're also going to move away from changing others or trying to make them a certain way. You are going to make the change within yourself that you want to see. It's like sometimes we're mirrors and reflecting each other all the time. So you think if that person was just more patient, or if they listen better, that seems to be a very familiar pattern in families. Oh, they're always talking and they never listening. They only have their point of view and they never see anybody else's perspective. But if we start doing that and seeing it from their perspective, they'll notice that and start to mirror them and take us into consideration also. But also with this heal thyself, this is really saying, you know what? I'm not going to belittle myself, badger myself, push myself, harass myself, or any of those things that make me feel smaller, rushed, harried, insignificant, unempowered, or any of those things anymore. I'm going to go to the places that help and heal me. This is exactly what I had to do for myself today, and I'd love for you to go over on Instagram. I took a video of it. This place is heaven to me. I need to be deep in a forest or in the ocean in salt water, actually swimming, to feel like cleansed. And was it yesterday? I just kind of had a heavy day where everything was drained for me, and I was like, I just need to recoup. But when I do that and I don't go outside and the heat's oppressive and all of that, it's like I start to get cabin fever within 24 hours, and I'm like, I just need to go where is going to be the calmest. And right away I was inspired. I listened to Spirit. It was like, go to the forest, and I did that. And today I feel like a new person. I feel like I saw dragonflies, I saw deer, I saw frogs, I saw turtles that tried to eat us alive. I saw everything that was beautiful and magical, and it just reconfigured how I felt my energy. And you're going to be able to do that. Also, I'm hearing nutritionally that you're going to be able to eat better and choose foods that are excellent for you, that are going to be able to make you feel good, heart health, all of that, be able to stay hydrated and make really wise choices for yourself. And one last thing too is responsibility. When we own up to our responsibilities, we don't have problems later on, right? Oh, I have to finish this document. I have to drop it off. I have to pay, the registration on my car. I have to do A, B, and C. We do that. We cross it off our list and we move on. If there are things that are starting to accumulate, you're going to be able to just take a look at them, a very healthy look, and go, let me just check these off my list. I don't need all this residue hanging around. I don't need all this extra stuff. I'm just going to know that, and use that inner voice that always says, that inner dialogue, that you are capable of everything. I'm a responsible, capable individual, and I can take care of business, and I can, so it doesn't accrue and I don't feel like I have an avalanche of stuff. This is due tomorrow. I'm going to do that, and do the most difficult or kind of painstaking thing first, because everything else will seem like cake after that. I do that. If I have to go to the DMV at some point during the day, first thing I do, done. Then everything else seems very simple, because you're realizing, hey, if I can do something that I really don't like, all this other stuff is very simple. Yes, I can go into CVS and get baby powder, blah, blah, blah. Because what, sometimes we overlist and we think it's too much. So we're going to be able to also delegate. I'm hearing you're going to be really great if you have teens and other people in your family to delegate some of the chores and responsibility. It's not all on your shoulders. You're really going to make your life a little lighter and fluffier by taking some things off your plate. For your spouse, for your friends, for whatever. Listen, you don't have to do everything. Sometimes we need to recognize this, because we think, oh, it's my job, and it's really not. You're going to really have the conviction to not take things on that aren't yours, because you have a lot of beautiful new beginnings, a lot of practical things that you want to implement in your relationships, and you're really moving towards this gorgeous success when it comes to patience and reflection and harmony and looking back and just slowly making changes where you need them. So you're slowly accruing these kind of like success points for yourself. So when you look back, you go, yes, I am capable. So this is really big group one in your strength house of you being able to just man up and go and do things and do them effectively and do them smartly and not feel like they are overpowering you. You're just going to be really effective and feel good. And because of that, I feel wealth coming into your house, because oftentimes when that happens and we're able to do things gracefully and we feel good and we're responsible, we realize that we have that kind of mantra. I'm wealthy in every sense of the word. Financial success flows into my life effortlessly. My relationships are filled with love and support. I feel completely fulfilled and excited about the abundant opportunities in my life, right? When we're doing things, not procrastinating. I always feel like action kills doubt and fear right away, right? If we start procrastinating something, it thinks we think or we're saying to ourselves, we're not capable of doing this, or it's going to be a hardship. The moment we take one step towards writing that or doing that, some of you guys, I feel like you have to write something down, you have papers due or something, and you might be procrastinating. The first step you take towards that fear diminishes. You know you are capable, you're able to do that, and because of that, you're feeling good about who you are and the direction you're going. So it's definitely a strength time for you, group one. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you need a private read or anything else, everything is down there. Please come see me on Instagram and come in on the giveaways. If you need a private read, I get them back to you within 48 hours through video just like this. Everything else is down there, so come and check out some of our stuff, and really come over to Instagram. We have so much fun. I do daily posts and memes and all of this. So that is you guys. Beautiful. Okay, now we're on to group two, and I am going to have a quick sip of my coffee. Okay, group two, I'm hearing something very strongly before even discovery. I feel like you're going to have this beautiful mantra that is, I'm following my intuition, and it always leads me to the opportunities that are going to help me. Options. I have endless options. They're always going to show up because I trust in my gut, and my gut instinct will lead me there. It is my most valuable tool. Instinct allows me to find the possibility of wealth in every situation. You have new discoveries coming. You guys, I definitely feel like this is in your wealth sector, that you're definitely be able to create abundance. Your manifestation is going to be really up there. Behold the world with new eyes. And that's what we have to do sometimes, because if we wake up and we see things in the same kind of box and situation, we come from habitual habits. We'll do the same things. We'll get the same things. New fresh eyes see new opportunities. And when we're ready for them, we're going to discover them, because, it's like a refreshing passage of discovery that arises when we do this. We are in the constant process of learning through the feat of discovery, right? That which is like yet to be discovered can be unearthed when looked at through fresh eyes. I constantly do this when I go out in my yard. I don't bring devices or anything, and I'm like, what am I really noticing today? What am I hearing? I only hear what's going on with nature, and it's amazing because all of a sudden it's like I'll get ideas that are going to benefit me health-wise, nerve-wise, to stay calmer, and I'll just get this whole beautiful, that calming aesthetic really leads me to what I need to do next, the next best thing, right? I feel like with all of our senses awake and aware, discovery is like the very essence of living life itself. You ever like talk to a friend and all of a sudden, or an acquaintance or coworker, and you're like, oh my God, they have green eyes for the longest time. I was never standing close enough to them. I always thought they had brown eyes. Whatever it is, or that somebody has some, like, that you see micro expressions where somebody tilts their lip a certain way, where they're amused. You start to noticing behaviors. I like to notice what people do with their hands. I'm just fascinated by hands, because some people can leave them completely still on a table in front of them. They clasp them. Some people can never stop moving them when they're speaking. All of that, like, comment down below if you notice something about somebody recently and you're like, how did I never notice that? I'll do that with certain readers as well. I'll be like, oh, they have that kind of cadence of speech, or this is taking place. And it means that our senses are aware and awake, and that also means we are really with it in this present moment, because we're noticing this, right? It's all about finding information that was previously unknown, and it helps to interpret and identify all kinds of new revelations in our life. And I feel like you are going to be discovering things in a different sort of lens, in a new way to do things, and it's going to be really helpful. Rest is going to be important. Creativity for that. These go hand in hand. I feel like you're going to easily be able to break out of your comfort zone in order to bring more abundance into your life. being uncomfortable is actually exciting, and we thrive in uncertain situations. We know abundance is waiting for us, and we make that decision to go out and look for it, and that's definitely what's happening. Keep discovering more and more about something that even mildly sparks your interest. Okay, like I am fascinated with Japan, and last night James May was doing this thing on Japan, and we all just went out there and we were looking through some beads and doing some stuff, and I just found it fascinating because I find that the culture is amazing. Not only are they very traditional and just steeped in beautiful, rich tradition, but they're also very silly and fun. Like they love anime, they love cartoons, they love crazy characters, and they can be really silly and lighthearted. But it's like this weird contradiction that you'll see this man that's like almost like a samurai, serious level, and then the next minute he'll just be like goofing around. It's so lovely. That just whatever sparks your interest, really pay attention to every last detail. I'll do that with my cats and just wonder about their next behavior. I'll try to guess where are they going to go and what are they going to do and how are they going to interact. It kind of gives you a clear understanding as to what that new thing is, how it works, how can it affect your life. Your interest may increase too as it becomes more familiar to you in something, right? I'll do that. I love maps now. Like I'm really interested in maps. I'm really interested in history. I remember when I started reading some history books decades ago, I got just so sucked into history, and I wanted to know everything about it, especially medieval history and the monarchy and things like that. When you think all the mysterious, crazy perspectives that changed in our life and all these discoveries that are made in science and space and everything, it's amazing, right? So when something catches your interest, really learn it. Now, these two things are also where you're going to thrive. You're going to be able to enact greater self-care. And I'll give you a hint about this. Today when I was walking through the forest, we had walked about 4 miles. I realized I hadn't eaten a long time. My blood sugar was getting low, and we were out by the pond where it was kind of warm. And I was like, I feel my energy levels going, and I still have to drive home away. And I just started to pay attention, really paying attention to how my body was reacting. And I thought, yeah, you know what? If I was a gas tank, I'm down to like 10%. So I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to stay past this time. We're going to get going now. I realize when I need to rest. I pay attention to the signs. My hands get a little bit shaky if I haven't had enough food. And I was like, aha. And this also, stemming into your creativity. When we have this, we definitely have more of this. When we are rested, when we have devised kind of schedule that works with our natural rhythms, we're hydrated, we're taking care of ourselves, we're much more creative, right? If you ever try to be creative when you felt like you were exhausted or you had to force it or do something, that's why I never do readings when I'm distracted, tired, or I have a lot on my mind, because the natural flow isn't there because my mind is preoccupied. So that's why I always get rest. In fact, I had like a 2-hour nap after I got back from the forest before I began this, because I need that. It's like almost like a big tidal wave of fresh water comes and washes out all the cobwebs, and you feel restored because you do. This is also what I feel is going to be causing this discovery of abundance for you and this beautiful revenue streams that's going to come in. A lot of you guys have latent gifts or talents that you haven't really tapped into or learned how to monetize, yet you have these gifts, and other people will be willing to pay good money for them, and they would also be interested. I don't know what it is. For you guys, it's a whole myriad of things. It's painting, it's your own YouTube channel, it's advice, it's life coaching, it's helping people in some regard, Reiki, all kinds of things, jewelry making. Some of you guys have these gifts that are going to come to the forefront, and you're going to be able to discover them, because I just see wealth and abundance really showing up, and you are going to have all that you've ever need and hoped for, plus more, due to your creative bent. And I want to pull your last card, which is divine protection. I definitely feel like you're going to start to feel this magic around you, this majesty, this healing, this help. This happens to me all the time. It happened to me today when I could have that snapping turtle just bite my hands off when I'm trying to hand feed a turtle, and yet it didn't come out and harm me in any way, shape, or form. I feel like this. I mean, I've done everything from gymnastics, horse jumping, every kind of dangerous sport you can imagine. Never broke or fractured a bone in my body. And I mean, I've had crazy things happen, and I've just always landed correctly. I feel this divine protection all the time, and I do hear things as well, like turn off, stop the car, do this. I hear it, and because I'm paying attention to it, and you can too. You'll be plugged into it. It's going to be helping you. If you're feeling unwell, it's going to start to heal you and make you feel better. But again, it's how we adjust our perspective and how we view ourselves and our position in the world and in our life. Are we hapless, hopeless, and victims? No, we're strong, healing, amazing, well-directed individuals. And you're going to start talking to yourself like that, and also ask for help when you need it. Hey, Archangel Michael, I'm not feeling very strong or great today. Can you please help me get to destination B safely and soundly, and provide me, with any messages I might need? You'll be asking, and they'll be providing too. This is also going to be to keep you financially secure too, because I feel like a lot of you guys have some fears that are concerning you right now, and I feel like this abundance is going to start to flow to you. So feel it. We also have to remove money blocks by not having lack mentality or fear involved with money. There are billions of dollars. It's cyclical. It always comes back around to us. Being generous of nature also helps that, and also knowing and having gratitude for the next thing that's coming down the road and already feeling it helps to bring that abundance in as well, group 2. So beautiful. That's you guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you need a private read or anything else, everything is down there. I would love for you to come see me on Instagram and get in on all the giveaways. And you'll see the postings. If you follow me over there, you're automatically entered. It's usually, Goddess Provisions boxes, it's free jewelry, it's reads, it's whatever. I like to do them weekly as a way to give back to you guys, because you're absolutely amazing. So now we're going to go on to number 3, which is love. I'm going to have a quick sip of my coffee. And I feel already, if you chose this, that this is sort of the avenue you're curious about. So love is the base essence of our being. It's devoid of all pride and fear. And again, when we say I am loving and I am loved in every essence of the word, love and success flows into my life effortlessly. I am generous. I feel the love and support of the universe. I feel completely fulfilled and excited about my abundant love opportunities that are coming into my life. And know that you're going to have everything that you want and then some. We have to expect it again so we don't create blockages. So we're going to pull 2 of these as well and see what's coming in. Communication. Yeah, we need to communicate with people to bring that in. And awareness. This is huge, both of these. Awareness of what we're saying, doing, thinking, and most importantly, what is the story we're telling ourselves when it comes to love? Are you telling yourself, of course I'm worthy of love. I am an amazingly valuable person. My contribution to the world is as great as everybody else's. It doesn't matter my financial state, what I look like physically, any of that. Everything is energy in an exchange. And what we are looking for is also looking for us. So the love that you're searching for is coming your way. When we have gratitude for our life and what we already have and our loved ones in it, it becomes more pronounced and is more in the chariot kind of phase, moving faster, right? We don't want to feel sorry for ourselves. We're not victimized. We're not living in the past where someone broke our heart and, ruminating on that. We are not being heavy in any regard. We are throwing off that old dusty cloak of anything that has happened in the past, and this is all present moment awareness, communicating to ourselves, to spirit. The new moon is coming in, and that's when we want to invoke our new blessings and ask for it. So do that. Say, this would be my ideal soulmate. I'm looking for someone who's humorous and loving and caring and kind and, just pure of heart, that is not, self-seeking. You're really going to be able to clear clutter from your mind. Write in your gratitude journal, create a vision board, meditate, constantly spreading positivity into your life. Say your daily affirmations, focus on your goals, and really, really important, visualize you in that campsite with your loved one, laughing, toasting marshmallows. Think of you guys running through a forest or a field or hiking and laughing and taking selfies, sharing meals, cooking, laughing in the kitchen. Some of you guys, I picture yourself that you want to have a dog that you're walking together. That's, love is fully giving your heart's truth without a doubt, and to care deeply and to love somebody is, wonderful. To feel happy, safe, fulfilled, healthy. The ongoing flow of love is really within your heart, and you're giving it freely. And by opening this, every moment becomes charged with this ever-present energy of love, and your soul kind of pulses with this and puts out this kind of like sonar for it, for a matching vibration. So remember that. And love always blossoms through liberty as opposed to what should be. May the love you give not be tied down to expectation and conditions. Once we just, however it arrives, I am happy with that. And this person doesn't have to be A, B, and C and straight through Z. You know, we grow and we learn together, right? I love that. Unconditional love is free of circumstance and requirement, right? And you should have this for yourself, because that's where it begins. And you're going to have this lovely communication with yourself and the divine and other people. I feel like you're just going to be really, really ebullient and flirty and light and be able to find the words that you need. And we have to remember too, you know, there is a fine line between having kind of like a spirited conversation, flirtation, and utterly roasting somebody. Fire signs need to be careful of this. I'm a Sagittarius, and I can notice every little foible and kind of idiosyncratic, like idiosyncrasy in somebody, and I don't like to bring it up, because to some that can make people defensive, so I don't do that, especially if it's something that I know I'm aware right away because of who I am, if it bothers them. But if I ever wanted to roast somebody, everybody has something, right? So we got to be careful. You know, some people, they have funny little ticks and things, but we don't ever want to embarrass somebody. I just feel like you're going to be able to express joy and compassion and have this powerful inner love, and you're going to feel a sense of completeness, and you're going to deter any negative energies back and away from you and then turn them into positive. I really feel like your inner light is going to be activated with this ongoing knowledge that the power of love is all encompassing, and when you reach for it, you feel it, you see it, and you find it. I mean, I find it in the littlest things, and of course I'm so lucky, you know, to have children that are hilarious, and when I feel that, it elevates me, and I feel happy, and I feel guided to the next best thing constantly when I feel that. And you want to spread positivity, and you want the people with you to feel good. And there you go, practical intuition. It's going to be playing a big part for you to guide you to the love that you want. This is also within already existing relationships, love relationships, family relationships, all of those dynamics. You being able to reach in to say the right thing, the right comforting thing, not over giving, over sharing, not, you know, spreading yourself too thin, that your intuition is going to say, now you need to rest, now you need to pull away, give them independence, let them figure it out. Oftentimes people just want to share with us. They don't necessarily want us to advise them. They just want to deburden themselves of a notion, right? And just, you can tell if you're really aware and present moment, and you're not trying to hurry them through what they're speaking. Sometimes they just want to alleviate the weight of a certain notion that's on them. And oftentimes we'll know if they want a response by the way they're behaving and looking at us. There's lots of cues and clues, and I feel like you're going to be an utter genius at this, that you're going to be able to go, oh, okay, and you're going to have patience to listen. You're going to be very discerning what people need within relationships, and, you know, it's going to, you know, just put you in the moment, heart and soul. And people are going to appreciate you so much for who you are, and you're going to feel your value and worth really just escalating, and your confidence, and you're going to be soaring within that, and you're just going to be saying yes to love and to life in such a big way that you're going to be proud of yourself and go, what the hell was ever the big whoop? Like, why was I ever fearful whatsoever of anything? It was so silly, right? And we all have those moments where we don't feel supercharged, like, dun dun dun, let's go do this. You're like, people, no thank you. I have those days where I'm like, I just can't. And being a problem solver for other people, sometimes I'm just maxed out, my bandwidth is full. I'm like, no. So if any of you guys over on IG are asking me about your dreams, crystals, or whatever, and you don't hear from me within that 24-hour span, that just means I'm maxed out at that thing, or I'm living my life as well. I do have a family, and I'm now, Hagen's about to go back to school, so I like to go outside. But I usually work 7 days a week, and I hit everything pretty hard. And being a life coach as well, and people going through all these kinds of heavy conditions, that I can get maxed out in my bandwidth, and I need to rest. So again, notice that within you too, and be like, whoa, okay, I need to spread positivity. In order to do that, I need to step back a moment and kind of refill up my goodie bag, right? I need to give yourselves things to look forward to. Get yourself a great little snack and hide it away and be like, oh my gosh, I have gummy colas or whatever. Mine is like a good show that I tuck away that I can watch. It's going to make me laugh, usually some stand-up or something. Tuck away something so you can look at that. But right away, you guys, off the charts awesome communion with spirit helping you being able to communicate beautifully, using your intuition, having an awareness of what needs changing or what should be embellished, what needs being said, what doesn't. You're just going to be beautiful, a wizard at this, and you're going to be feeling great, and you deserve it as well, because, you know, I just see you being flushed with love and feeling great, and you're definitely deserving of it. So that is you guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. I noticed the video ended right at 3:33 or sorry, 3333. That was pretty cool. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Melanie. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And if you'd like to come see me on Instagram, all my links are down below. I do weekly giveaways with free jewelry, goddess provisions boxes. I do daily posts and memes. I have my crazy bird of the day. I'm always, telling everybody they can DM me questions on anything. Lots of people are curious about crystals, charts, all this stuff, fun stuff like that. That's not, that is not to say that isn't open for, that's not like people just coming over there and wanting readings, because that has happened in the past where I think people don't quite understand. They've written me an entire book and go, oh, and by the way, can you tell me about this? That is my profession. If I had 1,000 people that did that, it would be ridiculous, But every once in a while, I'll get some young people that don't quite understand. This is, if you're in some kind of detriment or you're not feeling good and it's something I can advise you, I'm more than happy to. But I provide readings from my links down below. That is my profession. So that is that, you guys. So love and light, I am going to upload.